everyone. Welcome to some prenatal yoga together. So we're going to start just by some centering. If you haven't drank water this morning, go and drink a glass of water. Find something to sit on. This really helps keep your back nice and elongated. And of course, with prenatal yoga, we're always looking for ways to create more space in the body so it doesn't feel so squishy, right, for you and baby. So grab a cushion, just place it sort of right at the back of your hips. So you're just kind of sitting on it a little bit. That'll just tilt your hips so that you can sit nice and tall. We're going to just start by a little bit of centering, then we're going to start moving. Letting your eyes gently close. If you like, placing a hand on your heart and over your baby. This is a great hand position to just help you settle in. Alternatively, you can also let your hands rest on your knees if that feels better for you. Taking a few nice deep breaths and just shifting focus from the outside world to the inner. Take a moment to set your intention for your practice this morning. And just beginning with some gentle movements, we're going to wake up the whole neck and shoulder area. So letting the head go to one side and then let it gently roll over to the other. Take a nice deep breath there and roll back. And one more time. And back up to center. Some shoulder rolls. Squeeze those shoulders up and back, down and forward, and up and back and down and forward, and then roll that out. Shoulders are a place in our bodies where we often carry our responsibilities. We even use it in our languaging, right? The stuff that we're shouldering. And so it's a really good idea that throughout your day, you add in these kind of shoulder stretches just so that the tension doesn't accumulate throughout the day. Creating some space just at the back of the shoulder and on the other side. Good. Now we're going to wake up our spine. We're going to curl and we're going to release. So we're just exhaling and we're rounding, inhaling, and we're arching. You can look up at the ceiling if that feels comfortable. If not, you can just look gently straight ahead. Let's do that one more time. And exhaling and curl. Back to center. And we're going to look over our shoulder. And we're looking over the other shoulder. Good. Now that we've kind of warmed up the body, we're ready to move to some standing postures. So you can move your cushion out of the way. And you're coming up. A great way to just move your body when you're pregnant is squats, because squats are actually wonderful for the pregnant body. But when you're doing them, make sure that you kind of keep your hands on the floor so that you've got some stability. And when you're coming up, let your bum come up first and then roll the rest of your body. Now, actually, that's our first movement today. This is a flowing squat. The nice thing about flowing squats is that they are a breath movement, so they feel really good, and they're not intense because basically we're just doing the coming down part of the squat. Whereas the coming up, like if you think about a gym squat would be more like this, right? And that's going to be probably too much for the pregnant body. So what we're going to do is we're going to do an adaptation that's really nice for pregnancy. So we're going to inhale, we're going to stretch the arms up, we're going to come down, so we're coming down into that full squat, but then when we come up, we're going to come up just like we did before, and we're going to float up. And a nice number of squats to do is about 10 in the morning. It's a great way to just wake up your body. Now, if this doesn't feel good, please don't do it. Remember that your body is the be-all and the end-all for whether or not you should do a posture. Now, for most pregnant bodies, like I said, this is a beautiful, wonderful, supportive movement. But if you have stuff happening in your pelvis, where you've got some issues with alignment in terms of the pelvis, sometimes that can just happen in pregnancy. You'll know because it will hurt here. So if you're doing this and it hurts here right on the pubis bone, just stop. Here's your adaptation. You're going to come down to about right here, and then you're just going to go back up, okay? So we don't want to do anything that feels uncomfortable. So you always got to listen to your body and let that be your guide. So we are probably at about 8, I don't know, I've not counted because I've been talking. Let's do just one more. And then let's finish it off just by staying with the arms up. Bring your feet a little closer in. And we're going to do what I call the crescent moon. If you think about a crescent moon, we've got that beautiful curved shape. So you're letting your hips slide and your upper body is moving over to in the opposite direction. And we're just going to hold here. Good. And then let's do the other side. And release. Today we're going to do a strengthening posture. If you have done any yoga in the past, this is going to be a familiar posture. This is often called warrior. So a warrior is kind of a very masculine type idea. So we're going to kind of feminize this because I think that digging into that idea of feminine strength in pregnancy is really wonderful. So let's, if in case this is new for you, I want it to go through the alignment. So we've got our back leg that is straight. Our heel is lining up with the back arch of our foot. Our knee is right over top of our ankle. There's just nice alignment there. And our shoulders are right over top of our hips. So we're not reaching out. Our shoulders stay right on top of our hips. Then our arms sweep out and we look gently out over our fingertips. And as I said, we're tapping into the idea of that feminine strength, that warriorness. So one of the easiest ways I found to do that is think about a mama grizzly bear protecting her cubs and how fierce and strong that image is. Kind of tapping into that kind of strength. You're going to count your breaths. When you're doing yoga at home and you're trying to decide how long to hold a posture, I'd recommend that you hold it for between 5 to about 8 breaths. And then when we release, we're going to let the arms go and we're just going to flip the feet. This also works lots of the muscles in the feet. So if you haven't done this before and the soles of your feet feel like they're working, they are. All right, so getting your alignment, exhaling, settling yourself down into the pose, inhaling, squaring those shoulders, and then gently looking out over those fingertips. Envisioning yourself as that strong, protective, fierce mama bear. And breathing into this posture. back together. We're gonna do a standing twist. So with a standing twist, we want our knees to be soft. We're gonna bring our elbows up and we're just gonna let our bodies twist. And if it feels comfortable for you to look all the way behind you, go ahead and do that. Then you can add in the arms. So we're just gonna open the arms, let them swing. That gives you a great stretch in the pectoral muscles. All right, let's finish with one more of these. And if you'd like to do a little bit of yoga like this every morning, just rewatch these videos because I create lots of them. So just keep rewatching them and just add in that little bit of yoga every day. You're gonna start to feel your body be a lot happier and you're gonna feel a lot more comfortable during your pregnancy. All right, so now it's time for relaxation. So just getting into the position that you prefer for relaxation, either side lying or semi-reclined. I'm just gonna sit here and close my eyes and lead it because that's the way that it works best for me. But for you, make sure that you're in a position where you're totally supported by the ground beneath you. All right, so just getting settled. The simplest way is just to lie on your side with something under your head and something under your knees or between your knees for support. And let your breath just settle, fully coming into this time and place. And feel your body begin just to rest on the supports beneath it. No more effort necessary. Today we're going to imagine warm sunshine. And just like warm sunshine would soften a cube of butter sitting on your counter, we're going to let the warm sunshine just soften all of the areas of your body. So imagine that warm sunshine shining down over the head and neck area. The eyes feel heavy and soft, cheeks loose and relaxed. Jaw soft, throat open, head resting. As you inhale, focusing on the warm sunlight. As you exhale, imagine that warm sunlight now shining down on your shoulders, your chest, your upper back, and your arms. Arms soft, heavy. Chest relaxed, lungs open, breathing freely. Inhaling, focusing on that warm sunlight. Exhaling and let it flow down. Let it shine down on the lower part of the core of the body, so your low back, your abdomen, your hips. All the internal organs being bathed in this warm sunlight. Supported, nourished, resting. Letting the warm sunlight now travel down. Let it shine down on your legs, your knees, calves, ankles, and feet. As the lower part of your body releases, relaxes, and surrenders to the warmth and the support beneath. Inhaling now and feeling that warm sunlight all over your body. Another nice deep breath in right from your belly. Imagining this warm sunlight now surrounding your uterus, shining through the clear waters and bringing a beautiful and sweet awareness to your baby. Along with your breath, send your own little love message to your baby today. Good. And with that, gently bring yourself back to this time and place. You might like to wiggle your fingers, stretch your arms in a way that feels good for you, and then use your hands to lift you back into a seated position. Taking a nice deep breath as you lift your head and bring yourself back to that seated position. And then we'll close with our blessing, bringing your hands into prayer. Bow your head. Bless yourself. Bless your baby and each other. Namaste. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you back here next week. Bye, everybody.